Okay, I'm here today with Reba Mason, who has become my friend, actually. And she's been fighting with stage 4 breast cancer since I met her. Gosh, Reba, how long? A year ago?
A year ago, I think. Right around the beginning of September.
Okay, well, I know we videotaped in September, so we're in Arizona. And Reba, what's your website?
RebasVision.com.
And it's REBAS Vision.com. And you can see Reba's entire story there, as well as we videotaped, a year and a few days ago.
Yep.
And of all things, today's September 11, 9/11.
I know.
And Reba is still here, but I want you to know why she is here. And she and her husband are taking his mother to Las Vegas this weekend for her 80th birthday. And I'm like, Reba, are you sure you can travel to Las Vegas? Because Reba does have some good days, some bad days, occasionally pain. And before we go into that, Reba answered me this. She said, well, before I got sick for the cancer, she said, when I rodeoed, my sponsors were called Cruel Girls. Now, I had asked you about that because that's your email, and I'm like, well, were those your classmates or something, and you were cruel girls? Cruel Girls? Can you tell me a little bit about your rodeo days?
I grew up in Texas and grew up in a rodeo family. And I learned how to ride bulls when I was about 10 years old.
You're kidding.
Nope, I ranked number 3 in the state of Texas when I was a senior in high school, in girls' high school rodeo. And so I also barrel raced and team roped. And I turned pro for a couple of years. And back in the early 1980s, there was a new gene that came out for women, and it was called Cruel Girls. And so they became my rodeo sponsor, and that's how my email address came about.
Okay, so you started riding bulls when you were how old, did you say?
About 10.
Okay, so you were a whopping 10-year-old, right?
Yep.
Riding bulls in Texas. And then how long did you ride?
I did not end riding bulls. I quit when I was a senior in high school. Because actually the next year they outlawed it, or they changed the laws, and girls couldn't ride bulls in high school anymore.
Did you do horses at all?
Oh yeah, I barrel raced and I team roped, and I did that up until 4 years ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Even here in Arizona?
Even here in Arizona.
But it all started in Texas.
It all started in Texas, but when the cancer metastasized to my bones, the doctors told me it was too dangerous.
And you're how old right now?
57.
And you were how old when it was first diagnosed?
I was 50.
So, 7 years ago, and you've been stage 4 since I met you. How long before that were you stage 4?
2014, they told me that it had metastasized to my bones.
4 years ago, okay. And so, because I was concerned about your pain, and you are on medication for pain, which sometimes helps, sometimes does not help, and you end up in the hospital like last week for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But they controlled the pain, and you said some days are good and some days are bad, but your husband can tell you when you're going to have a bad day. And how is that?
Because I toss and turn at night and I don't sleep as well as I normally do, and he knows the pain is increasing. He's gotten really good at it.
You said that he tells you get up and you try to be quiet to not disturb him because he has to go to work.
Yep. I try not to get him alarmed.
Okay.
because he has a tendency to get overzealous, overprotective, which is good. But I told him he knows. He knows I've started the bucket list. We talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about the bucket list. You told me you're going to Las Vegas this weekend, and today's 9/11/2018. So you are headed to Las Vegas this weekend, and what did you tell me you're going to do in Las Vegas?
One of the things on my bucket list is to bungee jump off the stratosphere. So I'm bungee jumping off the stratosphere this weekend.
You said you've always wanted to do that.
Yep.
And you're ticking off things on
my bucket list.
Okay.
Most people on their bucket list, they have places they want to travel and things like that. I don't. I have simple things. Before I got sick, I thought about going back to school to be an interior designer. I'm going to, come November, after October's over,
What's happening with October?
October, I'm busy with Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Okay.
So I have a lot of events that I'm at in October that I try to make.
Okay.
And in November, I'm going to be following an interior designer because that's one thing I wanted to do. And I have.
You wanted to be an interior designer, didn't you, before you got sick?
Yeah. And now there's no time left, so I have an interior designer that she's going to let me follow her for a couple of weeks.
So you'll be her shadow?
I'll be her shadow, and hopefully I'll get maybe to help design someone's house, maybe, or do a little bit.
Well, take some pictures, because I would love to see those.
I will.
Now, before we close, tell me a little bit about what my assistant told me this morning. She came in and she says, "Oh, Dr. Dixon," she said, "I saw Reba on TV a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks, and she was handing out," what were you doing?
We were at Banner Thunderbird Hospital. They have a new children's wing. It's actually been there for 4 years. They have just started taking oncology children, and we decided to do Baskets of Hope for Thunderbird Children's Hospital.
For the cancer patients, the
for
children.
the cancer patients, but there's other children on the ward also. So we did a 4-week project where we were collecting toys and books and blankets and Pop-Tarts and spinners and you name it, and then we made baskets. And on August 21st, we delivered them to the hospital, and everybody, the parents of the children that were there, got to go around and deliver them to a child that was in the hospital and got to spend some time with them. So that was really great.
So are the Baskets of Hope inclusive, meaning they do include other sick children, not just cancer patients?
They include other sick children also. I'm not gonna tell a child just because he's in the hospital and he doesn't have cancer, no, you can't have one of these baskets. If a child is in the hospital, the mother was more traumatized than the child. He was super excited, the one that I visited with. And then I talked to the parents as they were coming back out, if they got to talk to the children and spend time. And it's amazing. You don't have to have cancer to brighten someone's life. And a Basket of Hope doesn't just go to cancer patients. It goes to anybody that just needs an uplifting. That's what I feel as one of my projects.
Did you get a feeling for how many little children, cancer patients?
They had 6 children that were there that were in there for some type of cancer. And then the rest were anything from a boy that had a ruptured appendix to broken arms and broken legs. You know,
Childhood diseases, you might say.
yeah, just anything that affects the child. And it was
Yeah.
just, there were even some newborns that were in there. They had respiratory issues and pneumonia. And we even had baskets of hope that were filled with like diapers and baby bottles and things like that. And blankets, baby blankets that we made sure we gave to each of them. So our next one will be in January, and hopefully start collecting right after Christmas and get it done by the end of January.
Okay, so let's talk about these baby blankets you make. What are you talking about?
I just go to like Walmart or to Hobby Lobby, and when I see material that's like marked down, I just make like swaddling blankets. Just sew swaddling blankets is something I do.
You sew.
Oh yeah.
What kind of a sewing machine do you like?
The one that I have, it's just a Singer, but it has all the bells and whistles on it.
Okay.
So it's just something that I do.
Do you think living for others, meaning outside of yourself, has kept you in such good shape? I mean, you look great. You know, I've seen you many times.
Yeah. Yeah, because, how do I put it? I don't want to let people down. And I know that when I go, there'll be a hole left. And I hope that somebody will fill it. And I don't want to go yet because I still have things I need to do.
And because no one can fill that hole yet. I can assure you, no one can fill that hole.
Yeah, there'll be someone that'll keep it going. I hope. I hope. My bucket list is not complete yet, so I can't go yet. That's the way I look at it.
What else is on your bucket list?
I want to pretend to be a CEO of a company for like a week.
Okay.
I think it'd be really fun.
Well, maybe you ought to go on Shark Tank.
I don't have any products. That would be interesting. Go pretend to go on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I want to.
Well, what I'm saying is when you go on Shark Tank, you could ask each of them if you could pretend to be CEO of their companies for a week, and that would be 4 weeks right there.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
Then there's Oprah, of course.
Yeah,
You don't want to.
I would like. And I have simple things that I want to do. I want to see. I don't really want to travel. I've always said I want to go to Costa Rica or something like that. But there's places in Arizona that's beautiful. Waterfalls, hidden waterfalls.
Okay.
See that.
Okay.
I just want to do simple things.
Because
Because the simple things in life are the best. That's what I've always thought.
the simple things in life are the best. Thank you, Reba.
You're welcome. Don't cry. I'm not going anywhere yet.
Well, don't you dare. God bless you.
No, God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.